So you're thinking about having weight loss surgery, or maybe you've already started the process and now you've made it to this video, which is meant as a part 2 follow-up on my realities of weight loss surgery video that you should be able to find on my page. This was me before. So yes, we've come a long way since I've had my surgery, and to be honest, I feel like I've warriored through this whole process, and not only this, but also really a lot of different aspects of my life, because I've managed to transform my life significantly in the last couple of years. Make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit that bell if you want to be notified as my new videos come out. In today's video for realities of weight loss surgery, I'm picking up on where I left off in my first part, so let's get right into it. 1, you will get advice and tips from all kinds of people, or find it if you go looking for it. And the truth of the matter is, you probably don't need to listen to every one of them, because some people know what they're talking about and some people don't. Also, in some cases, some of that advice and tips may come across as very negative or feed into you negatively, and you want to be conscious of when that's happening so that you can abort and cut ties or get away from that kind of energy coming your way. I'm a firm believer that maintaining a positive outlook and mindset in this process will help you be so much stronger and be able to bounce back so much faster than if you don't commit to having that kind of attitude. 2, stalls happen. Do they happen very early on in the process? That's debatable. A lot of us in the community feel like if you do slow down in your first few months, that's all part of your body recovering and just trying to bounce back. If you're finding further along from that you're having some kind of stalls, weight slowdowns, that happens. People remember before the surgery when you would get on the scale, we would still fluctuate between 1 to 3 pounds any given week, and it did not mean that we were gaining a crazy amount of weight. It is normal for our bodies to take some time to slow down, to adjust. And to be honest, in a lot of cases, it's a good thing. Because if we continued losing weight at the very exponentially fast pace that we do at the beginning, there would be nothing of us left. We need those periods of slowdown. That is okay. One big piece of advice I can give you with that is make sure you're taking your measurements, because they are far better for you to check your progress, because you will continue losing inches even when you are sitting at the same weight over a period of time. 3, baby, buckle in for this next one. You will gain confidence. Now, if you have deep work that you need to do to really gain full self-love and confidence, you will likely need therapy to help with that, or at least to take yourself through some workshops or self-reflection things. But overall, you will gain some confidence. You will find yourself feeling brighter, lighter, more confident, more happy, because as the weight comes off, you start seeing parts of you, and parts of you are awakening that haven't for a long time, or maybe were never there to begin with. It is really such a surreal feeling. It is like you are being woken again, you are being reborn again, you are reinventing yourself. It is a new lease on life. You get more energy, and that is just an amazing feeling. So be prepared. You're going to get a lot of confidence that you didn't have before. You will become a little bit of a confidence monster in a good way, at least partially. And then if you continue to lean in on that and continue to massage that and continue to work on that, you'll be even more unstoppable than you ever were before. And not that you weren't amazing before, because you were amazing before, but you'll be even more amazing now. And not because of the weight specifically, but because of the transformation that happens inside of you to where you can really smile from your soul. 4, you are not going to be able to just fix all your issues like a magic wand that just waves after we have these surgeries and all of a sudden everything is gone. No, if you have issues to resolve, you're going to still need to resolve them after the surgery. So be mindful of that. This is not meant to just be a fix-all for everything. You still have to take responsibility for some of the things that you need to do to get yourself to where you're trying to go. And at the end of the day, you're the one deciding on where you're trying to go, none of us. 5, you'll take vitamins for the rest of your life like your life depends on it. Because baby, it does. This is me. I'm traveling, and you see I have all my vitamins with me, and it's not a little bit. I take a lot. I think I'm at 13 pills a day right now, if not more. But part of that is elective, because I take a lot of things that are very good for me, my hair, my skin, my body, that are helping me along with this process. And then also those that we absolutely have to take to make sure that we're supplementing for the changes in our daily intake with food. If you do not take your vitamins and treat them like food, you risk major complications or even death. This is not something to play around with. Be ready to fully commit to that when you're having this surgery. And I will do a video specifically to bariatric vitamins, but another thing to note, they do cost money, not a little bit. Bariatric vitamins are different from standard vitamins on the shelf. They are more potent, and they are specifically for us going through the surgery and after. So you will need to invest in your vitamins. Think of that as your new food in replacement of some of the foods you're no longer eating, because we all know we were stuffing ourselves full of other stuff before this surgery. So do not get caught up in, I can't take these because they're going to cost me too much, because you're making up for that in the money you save from not eating all of the other junk that you used to eat before surgery. They are absolutely crucial. So you need to create a way to be able to get them regularly and take them regularly. And I will talk a lot more about how you can do that in the video that I make specific to bariatric vitamins. 6, you may not crave, want, or even be able to tolerate some of your current favorites after having weight loss surgery. This is a big one. I was like scared to death of the grief that I would experience after having weight loss surgery, with me not being able to like count on and lean on the foods that I loved so much before surgery. Things like spaghetti, lasagna, pizza. Those were all things I loved to eat on a regular before my surgery. Cheese sticks. Like, all of those things were big parts of my diet regularly, and they shouldn't have been, but they were. And I was so scared that once I had the surgery, I wouldn't be able to rely on those and eat them anymore. And the thing is, what I found, instead of sitting in a corner crying and weeping over the fact that I'm now no longer able to eat those, I don't even want them anymore. My body doesn't want them anymore. I'm not craving for them anymore. And even if I do have a moment where I want to take a bite, I just take a bite. And that's it. And I'm good with that. I no longer have to eat a whole pizza. I can just eat a bite or two of one slice and I'm good to go. That for me is amazing. That has given me my life back. I am no longer owned by food. I am not living to eat. I'm eating to live. And that is one of the best benefits of having this surgery, that it gifted me with that ability to change that relationship with food and change my mindset around why I eat to begin with. 7, you can or could regain your weight. It happens more than you probably want to know or that you've seen. There are a lot of people that after surgery, as more time goes by over the months and months afterwards, and their body's starting to recover and they're feeling better and they're able to eat more, there's many people that regain all of their weight. That is something to be aware of going into this. Do not assume just because you have this surgery that surgery will keep you from regaining your weight in the long run, because it's all about what you do with it afterwards, what kind of habits you adopt that you're implementing daily, what kind of nutrition, how much are you doing with your hydration regularly, are you taking your vitamins? All those things are going to contribute. Are you exercising and moving? And that will determine how well you do for your lifetime of being able to sustain this weight loss and keep it off. 8, you will need to exercise. You do. You do not necessarily need to exercise in the months right after surgery, but you'll find once you're like 6 months post-op, even before that you should be doing some kind of movement. Majority of the people I'm connected to in the community walk daily. At the point of 3 months post-op on, a lot of us do, and a lot of us are supposed to, even if we don't start picking up weights. My doctor cleared me for weights like the day after surgery, and I'll try to drop some pictures or videos in here of me in the gym trying to lift some baby weights that I was cleared to use, because that was something my doctor really preached to begin with. Now, I've slacked off since then, just being completely transparent, but that's one of those things I can pick up any day, and I know that I need to. It's right in the back of my brain, and it's something that I need to start prioritizing to give me the best odds of having a really great body and being in really great shape moving forward. Because unfortunately, as part of our weight loss after these surgeries, we do also lose muscle. So you want to try to retain some of that muscle or to rebuild that muscle after you have the surgery as soon as you can. And that is it. I will end part 2 here, and I will have a part 3 coming. If there's any specific topics you'd love for me to cover on my channel, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback there. And with that, I end this video, and I will see you on my next video.